Hello there. Hello. Hey guys, welcome to the AMP Q&A Tuesday. Guys, can you hear me? If you can, then please let me know. Love to answer your questions live here. Uh, I'm so glad to be back on this another Q&A Tuesday, and we have quite an audience today. Few people joining in from all the part of the world, and let me just Yudha is here. Mandy Joe is saying hello from NJ. Hi there, Andy. Uh, so let's begin this. So basically, let me introduce myself. I'm Ahmed. I'm one of the lead developers of AMP for WP plugin, and today I will be answering your questions live on this webinar. We will do this. We do this every day on every Tuesday around 7 p.m. and the length of this live streaming webinar is somewhere around 30 to 40 minutes. So guys, let's get your questions ready. Let's get into it. So Michael is saying hello there, Michael. Art Solution is saying hello from Switzerland. Hello there. uh, Yuda is saying, I have summarized some of my clients FAQ. Can I post it now? Right now? Please, Yuda, you can post all of that FAQ. I would love to add my comments into it, and I would love to answer your questions as well. John is also here. He's saying hello. Hello there, John. Please let us know if you have any questions. Art Solution is saying yes, obviously yes. Charlene is saying yes. Uh, Relevatario, the microspy, is saying thumbs up. Thank you so much. So guys, before we get into the questions, please get your questions ready and please post your questions. So thank you so much for watching, first of all. And if you are watching this video, please post your questions on the chat box that you see on the right. Please tweet this. Please share this on your Facebook. People can also join us from any part of the world. What I would like you to do is get your questions ready and post them into the chat box next to the video. First, let's talk about little bit about the recent update that we made. This update that we did was 0.9.63. This update was one of the biggest updates that we have did so far, and let's have a look at the update for a second if we can. Now we let me share my screen, guys. That would be very interesting. Let me just walk you through with some of the things that we recently did. uh, from my perspective, it would be very interesting for you guys as well. So I'll share my entire screen and you will be able to know. So we have some more. Amir Sohel Malik is saying he is also here. So hi there, Amir. He has a question. I will get back to the question. HJ Brazera is here from, he's saying greetings from Paris. Yo, HJ. Thank you so much for joining with us. Rottenberg Law Firm is saying, is there an easy way to add gravity form to every page? Yes, we do have an extension, but I will get to that later. Please be there with us. I'll be there. I'll be there in 1 second. Back to your questions. Let me just quickly give you an update of what we did in the last 3 update. So in this one, we have redesigned quite a bunch of stuff. We have added category base and tag base remover as core features. We have also redesigned this welcome page, and we have added this new installation wizard. If you are a new user and you don't know how, if you don't want to go through all the 50 100 options, you can just simply run this small installation wizard, and it's a beautiful looking installation wizard. And right now you can set up your logo. Then it gives you 4 to 5 steps, and once all the steps are done, and you don't need to really, you can select if you want to enable on post pages or in the categories. So you can select that. So it's a fairly simple and easy to use installation wizard. You can also skip that or return to the dashboard. When you click on that, at the end you will be able to set up the whole AMP, and then you'll be redirected to the options panel. Have all the stuff. If you don't want to go through the complex, you can just simply enable all of that. And we have also redesigned the switches. If you see this one, these new switches are very UI user friendly switches, and takes and looks and feels very, very beautiful. So apart from that, we have also made 50 other changes. You can click on this what's new button and you can read the whole list here. Now guys, without wasting any time, let's directly go into the questions, because we don't want to waste a lot of time in seeing all the screen sharing, right? Let's go to the exciting stuff. How do we go to the comments part now? Hi there. Now you can see me, right? Chalo, great. Now let's go into the questions. So what are the questions we have? Kofan we have is saying, do we still need to install AMP by automatic? Javi Gofan is here. Hello there, first of all. I know you have been emailing us quite a lot, because I recognize your avatar. And so you don't need to install AMP by automatic. We recently made a change. AMP by automatic was bundled into the AMP by WP plugin under GNU GPL license, and we did that so that there is no so basically we did that because recently AMP by automatic made an update which crashed a lot of websites, and in order for users to in order for us to we did not had a lot of control on what AMP by automatic was doing. So we had to bundle that in our plugin to make sure that we release each and every release that we release, that we push is stable and user friendly. So for that, we recently introduced in couple of versions. In last few versions, we have been using AMP by automatic as pre-bundled, and it's been working great for us. To answer your question, you don't need to install AMP by automatic. So I think we should start from the first question, right? So guys, please. So Amir, and I must say that if I forget any question, please feel free to remind me. I'd be happy to look into it. So Amir Sohail Malik is saying that I use AMP for advanced spider website. I feel some problem on Google Analytics. Now, Amir, I would say that there are some confusions in the Google Analytics part as far as the AMP is concerned. But so far we have been working on hundreds of clients on AMP, and we have not faced any issue regarding analytics. I agree that there are some confusions on analytics and AMP, but it is working perfectly because analytics has a good team, and they are making sure everything is working perfectly. So when you say you have an advanced spider website, I didn't understand that part. If you could elaborate that would be great. Let's go to the next question. Rothenberg law firm is asking, is there an easy way to add gravity forms to every AMP page? Rothenberg law firm, right? So we have an extension called AMP gravity forms, which allows you to implement gravity forms easily into your AMP page. Now, forms in general are very complex, and we are one of the first people who are taking this challenge on making this hugely popular, most popular plugins, which is being used by hundreds and thousands of people, We are trying to convert it and trying to make it into plug and play AMP solution, which is a challenge in itself. But we are trying to do that, and we have succeeded it quite a bit in that situation. Some other part, some we have a user. I'm not able to read his name. He's from Middle East. He's saying, hello, you are doing a great work, thank you so much. We couldn't have done it without you guys. Harvey is saying, when we install, you don't need AMP by automatic. And Yudha is asking, first question is about ad revenue. Some blogger report that using AMP can reduce their ad revenue and also decrease leads email capturing like opt-in. How do you think? So he has two questions. Let's get to the first question. Let me share my thoughts. Now I would say that these are my personal opinions, and let's see what we reach to a point. So the first question is about, is the AdSense revenue, has some blogger report that AMP can reduce revenue and also decrease. So Yudha, you have to understand one thing. So on a web page, mostly these websites are nowadays being used on mobile. So 60 to 70% of the traffic on website is coming from the mobile. On mobile, there are at least 2 to 3 high performing ad sources. For example, you have 6 ads. So out of those 6, only 1 or 2 of them are that has the high CTR. We just click through it. Now, as a blogger, it is your duty. It is your duty to understand where the most revenue is coming from and make sure you are placing the ads in AMP on the same exact areas. So, for example, if you have a if you have an ad below the header most, so you must also add the same ad. You have to first understand, look at the data and understand if that's happening or not. And if it is happening, you must add the ad slot in the same position in AMP. For example, one of our client, their revenue is coming mostly from the link ads that are added within the content. So what they did was, they have replicated the same user behavior in the AMP pages. So they have used advanced AMP ads to place in content ads, and they have added link ads by AdSense, and they are saying the similar revenue in the AMP as well. So I think it matters a lot on how you place the ads. Don't just expect the revenue to grow when you activate the AMP. You have to also do a lot of work behind it. And have mentioned in your first question, the other part that you have mentioned, it has decreased leads capturing like opt-in form, pop-up and all. I agree that can also happen. But if you are doing it in a strategic manner, you have to A/B test a lot of things. You have to test many things. You have to understand where your customers are coming from, where they are clicking the most. Opt-in solutions in the AMP right now, except the one that we offer, which is AMP opt-in. AMP opt-in allows you to implement opt-in forms within the AMP. Now we have only small percentage of we are a very we have around 80,000 active installs, and I believe there are around 50 to 60,000. I mean, more than 500,000 websites are using AMP. Now, out of those, only 80,000 are using that, and out of those percentage, I think hardly 1% of them are using opt-in forms. So if you are not, and rest of the people are not even installing or setting up any opt-in setup. So I believe that people and basically webmasters, bloggers, the owners of the websites, the online marketers, they need to do a good job of understanding their current setup and implementing the data, understanding the data and implementing and acting on it. Just like we do spend a lot of time setting up our own website, right? So we have to take care of our let's say if 40% of the visitors are coming on AMP, we need to at least spend 40% of the time that we do on the website, right? Now, second question, I hope that answers your question. If you have any other or anyone else have any questions or points or some other if you want to go in depth into the conversation, I would love to do that. So please let us know. The second part of the question by Yuda is how much AMP influenced the Google rank? That's the question everyone is being asking us. So this is something we cannot confirm that it does directly. There is no influence on Google rank, the official data. In very near future, it is a possibility that it will be. Right now, it is somewhere it does influence the Google rank, but indirectly. What I mean by that is AMP improves the UX, AMP improves the speed. UX and speed are the direct points that influence the Google rank. Does that mean that AMP can influence the Google rank? Yes, but but does it automatically happens? I mean, does AMP actually I'm just confused here. Let me just rephrase this in a simpler way. So AMP does not affect directly on the Google rankings as per the official data, but it does affect a lot on UX and speed, which is the direct data points that has a bigger impact. That's the word I'm looking for, the impact of UX and speed in Google rankings. So UX and speed are being impacted with the help of AMP. So it is an indirect influence to the Google rank. So that's my answer. I know it was a bit confusing, and I was not prepared for that. Not prepared for anything. So, but I hope it helps your question, and do let me know if you have more questions on that. So let's go to another question. I think we have spent a lot of time on this question. Michael is saying, how do we place ads in the middle of the post? So Michael, we have this extension called Advanced AMP Ads, which allows you to place an ad between the content. You can find it on ampforwp.com/extensions. So you will find it. Go to just Google advanced AMP ads, AMP for WP, or go to ampforwp.com and you will find that. There are very easy options and it's easy to know. Harvey is saying that's great to know. So Yuda is asking another question. Does AMP page only can be opened from Chrome or any other browser? It can be opened from any other browser. There is no limitation to how we can open it. Is there any specific requirement to implement AMP? AMP is a rewritten, optimized version of HTML. So yes, it does have specific requirements, but there is no specific requirements as in terms of what you have said, any smartphone specification, the operating system. In fact, AMP takes a very less data, a very less processing speed, and it can run smoothly on a slower devices as well. It can open fast and run easily on slower devices compared to the normal pages. So Yuda has another question. For example, if we are not sure about the AMP performance, could we do an A/B testing, split test to test which one is better engagement between my page and with non-AMP? Yes, you can do that. I think that can be done with the help of GTM, Google Tag Manager. And if you implement analytics GTM, you can do a lot of A/B testing, and you can find how to which one is providing better engagement between AMP and non-AMP. You can also understand a lot of data points by looking at AdSense reports. So guys, if you're watching this, please at least introduce yourself in the chat room. So another question we have, can we put a Facebook pixel in our AMP page? Yes, Yuda, that is possible. You can easily add a Facebook pixel. You know what? I think we don't have an option for that, and a lot of people are using Facebook pixel. I think we should actually make an option for that. I will just create a ticket for this immediately, and I will make sure that in upcoming updates we have we easily include this. Right now you can get the Facebook pixel code and implement that into one of our settings that allows you to add a code in the footer. You can just place there and it will work perfectly fine. Mani Teja is asking, AMP by automatic is required with AMP for WP. Mani Teja, first of all, welcome to the group. I think one of the questions that you had on the group about the an error after the update, I think that has already been solved. You were using a newspaper theme, I guess, of version 1.0. AMP by automatic is required or not is basically his question. AMP by automatic is not required now. You can use it without it. You can delete it. You can deactivate it. You don't need it. Topic: what are the earphones you're using? So I have borrowed these headphones. I don't know what company is this. Maybe I should ping my company. I mean, maybe I should ping my team member. This is from Muhammad's headphones. I never owned a headphone actually. I just borrow it, use other people's headphone because we can. So I don't know what earphones is this, but I'll ask them and I'll let you know. All right. You can for green earless headphones, wireless headphones. I'll headphones is, I'm just asking him right now. Amir Sohail Malik is saying, is asking, hi, is there any way to implement contact form for free? I don't have enough money to buy contact form. I just started my website. Amir Sohail Malik, forms are very complex at the moment, to be honest, and it is very difficult to implement, and it's a pain. So we do not have an option in free version that allows you to implement AMP, but there might be in the future. Right now what we have are 2 paid extensions that allows you to implement contact form. You can contact our team, they'll give you a great discount. But here's another tip: if you host a contact form on your website, this is an inside tip that you can use and get the contact forms running for free. You can create a page, an HTML page, add your form code. Now get that URL, embed it into your AMP with the help of AMP iframe. If you use an iframe to embed the form, it will work perfectly fine. So that's a tip that you can use. Javi is asking, I don't know if you already did this, but this is a good idea. I don't know if you already did this, but a good idea would be to enter the AdSense publisher only once, just better UX. I would love to the plugin. You are the best. Thank you so much, and this is amazing. Actually, I totally agree. If we have 10 different ad slots, it doesn't make sense to add AdSense ID again and again. But I think we are using data slot ID and publisher ID. I think publisher ID remains the same, right? So just as you mentioned, yes, that would be a huge improvement in the UX, and I'll just note it immediately. Mm, um, I will note it immediately as we speak before we get into the next question. So I'm typing as we speak. This, please contact. Do not contact us. Feel free to. But if you are watching this, please, and if you are watching this live, please introduce yourself in the chat room that is next to this one, and please write your questions, your doubts. I will be happy to help you. Uh, Shakti Taran is asking, first of all, hi Shakti. One, Google acquired Relay Media to convert ordinary web pages to AMP version. Will they affect us anyway? Wow, Shakti, I didn't know that Google actually acquired Relay Media. When did this happen? I mean, Google acquired Relay. That's a huge news. But you know what? I think this was like 7 months ago. I mean, 7 hours ago. I'm sorry. Big news for AMP. Now, I think a lot of these acquisitions also happen for talent. Google wanted their talent pool. Knew that bunch of AMP developers are already there, and they wanted to hire all of them. And I don't know. That may be one of the reason why they have hired. Now I have not. So I'll quickly uh, go into the news and see what happened, and we'll probably discuss this in the next Q&A. And but thank you so much for that insight. The Android app is there. Hi there. He's saying thank you for fixing the auto AMP ads with RTL support on the ticket number 1176. Thank you so much. I remember you reported this on the email, and we quickly created the ticket. I was having issues finding this problem, but then I enabled the RTL, and after a few experiments, I was able to find the issue, and I was able to solve it. We could have never done it without you guys. So Shakti has another part where he's asking, oh, I think you asked also that will it affect us in any way? I don't think it will affect us in any way because AMP is pretty open, and father of internet, and bunch of media companies who are not only using AMP, but they are also supporting AMP, and they are a big supporter of open web. So big supporter of open webs are also supporting AMP. So I don't think it will affect in any way. Shakti has another question. He's saying in AMP version of the web pages, these pages seem to loaded inside Google link, not under my own website link. I think this will affect my brand name, site name. Your opinion? I don't think it will affect your brand name. See, when a user clicks on the on your website, your website is displaying in the end. So Google, it is loading within the Google link, so it is just a cache. They are using the wrapper to make sure that everything is cached, and they are trying to speed up with the help of that. But it's just an integrator. This is what I believe. So, for example, when you click from a Chrome, your website opens in the Chrome, right? So that does not affect on your branding. That's just a browser. Same way, I think the AMP wrapper is what we call. It's just a window. I don't think it affects the user experience in any way. because at the end of the day, it's your website that is being displayed with your logo, with the content and everything that you control, right? I don't think if we have not heard this type of, yes, in the beginning, if you are trying to implement in, if you are at a very beginning new state, at a very at a very basic stage of implementing the AMP, this, it is possible that you will have this kind of questions, but I don't think it will affect. Andrew is here, is asking, hi guys, great job with the plugin. Question regarding Google Analytics. Is there a way to send custom dimensions and metrics to analytics about AMP views? Andrew, first of all, welcome to the live chat. Uh, Question regarding Google Analytics. Is there a way to send custom dimensions and metrics to analytics? By custom dimensions and metrics, I believe you want to target the custom, want to track the custom data. That doesn't automatically track. So Google has this custom Google. So Google Analytics in the AMP has this thing called custom triggers. I think with the help of custom triggers, you can target custom dimensions and metrics. You can include those in the reports. I think custom targets, custom dimensions and metrics are not included by default, right? So you have to set up them. And if you do it with the help of custom analytics triggers, I think that can be done with the help of the query that we write in the GA set custom dimensions level 1, and yeah, I think looking at the documentation right now, I think something like this can be done in the AMP as well. Now, I have not personally implemented that, but I can definitely tell you, if you give me a few minutes, I'll probably share a link or something that will help you more with it. Custom dimensions and metrics in AMP. As of 2016, I'm just watching the Stack Exchange thread, and they are saying that Google Analytics on AMP does not send the custom dimensions. Or I think we have to mention that in the JSON for the, and in the var section. See, I think there is an answer here which will allow you to add extra URL params, and with the help of that, you can easily implement, I think. How do I give you? So I'll just post this in the chat box here. So there is a link here of Webmaster Exchange, which will allow you to see how you can this answer at see the second one. You'll see. So Andrew, let me know if that helps, and I would love to go in depth on this, because we are trying to build some more advanced features for Google Analytics. So if you have more insights on that, if you have more requirements on that, please email us on team@magazine3. I repeat, TEAM, team@magazine3.com, and I would love to help you more on that and discuss more on that. Heavy is asking, I would love to have a button to add at the end of the AMP content. I always add content to the AMP section, and thank you for that. So if this large button would allow me to keep on reading the next article, that would be great. I would love to. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand your question though. I would love to have a button to add at the end of the AMP content. So is this a button that you would like to add automatically at the end after every content? Is that true? Did I get that part right? I mean, you want to add a button with a link at the end of every content, so something like call to action button. Is that right? Please let me know. I'll reply more on that. If this large button would allow me to state keep on reading the article, that would be great. So what happens if we click on the keep on reading the article? You have another, Havi has another question. Does AMP influence Google rank? AMP does not affect Google rank directly, but indirectly, yes, it does. But that's just our opinion. There is no proof, or there is no confirmation from Google rank or the index. So Havi is saying that love your design 3, but design 2 have tested faster and better on Google page insights. Do you think it can be optimized like 2? Yes, I think it can be optimized. I think yes, design 3 can be optimized like design 2, but design 2 has some advanced features which makes it a bit slow. We'll be happy to know that last on the last 0.9.63 we made some big changes into the design 3, which actually increased a lot of score in the design 3. So you are asking, we have taken a small step towards that, and we already have this in mind. And I'll tell you one thing, that we are trying to build more designs, more themes for AMP, just like design 3, and even better than that, but it will have far more better performance compared to design 2. So that's something we are trying to tackle right now. Yes, I think it can be optimized like design 2, and we will definitely do that. What I will do is I will add this in my notes, and I will make sure that we work on that. Design 3 performance like design 2 in page speed. I have added this in my list, and I will make sure that this is being done. We do this in the upcoming future. Brett McCallum is saying, "Hey Brett in Toronto. Hey there, Brett. Thank you so much for joining us. We are so happy to have you here." Javi says, "Yes, it remains the same." So Javi, so you want a button that remains at the end of the content with a link, right? So we do not have this feature, but we have something called call to action for AMP. CTA. CTA allows you to add a message and a button that goes to a link that you can define. So with the help of that, you can maybe have this feature. You can check it out on extensions page. It's called CTA. Let me know if that helps. If not, let me know. We will discuss this more. John Cardell is asking, I bought CF7 and it isn't working on the AMP pages. I followed the instructions. What am I missing? John, first of all, make sure you are on the latest version of AMP for WP 0.9.63 and CF7's latest version, which is, I believe, 1.2. Now, if you don't have the latest version, please update it. And if you have the latest version and you're still having the issue, I would recommend you to contact our team on team@magazine3.com or go to ampforwp.com/support. I personally assure you that we will set up your website. We will set up the contact form. And we will make sure that everything is working perfectly in your AMP version. And I personally make sure that each and every customer is being treated same, and every issues are being fixed. So I will personally make sure of that. I hope that answers your question. I'm extremely sorry that it's not working as you expected. Forms are very tricky at the moment, and it sometimes can conflict with some of the stuff. But don't worry, we are always here to help you, and we will do help you. Ahmed Sohail is asking, if I submit request for AdSense without AMP, contact us page, as I earlier said. Why? So is there a problem from AdSense team? Amir Sohail, there is no problem in this situation. You can send the request for AdSense without AMP contact us page. AMP does not require you to have a contact us page with AMP. So you can have the about us page, contact us page, privacy page on your non-AMP website. That is enough for you to get approved in the AdSense. So I think we missed a couple of questions. Where? Bert in the Toronto, by the way. Can I count the number of shares within the AMP page I'm using at this? Shakti, it is possible to count the number of shares in AMP, but we'll have to do some custom coding into it, and yes, it is possible. Now add this is a bit tricky, to be honest. Add this there has to be a way to access their API, get the count number, and then display it in AMP. So yes, it is possible to display. We do not have an option right now, but it is definitely possible. Some of our user, one of our user from Ukrainian or Russian countries here. First of all, hi there. I'm unable to read your name, so I'm sorry for that. Asking, will the social login and sharing on app version will be implemented for networks such as Contact, no Klasniki? I know both of those social networks are hugely popular in Russia. I'm extremely thankful for the users in China and Russia that they are also using our solution. We are going to add vContact. We already have a ticket for this to implement VK as they say it, right? So VK social icons we are trying to implement in the next update, and after 2 updates we are trying to implement VK embed support. So you can implement vContact videos, and you can embed the vContact videos directly into your AMP pages. So for the other social network, I don't know how to pronounce properly, but I have seen this OK.ru, right? So OK.ru. So we do not have a ticket for this, and we didn't get a request for this. But now what I will do is I will create it add it in my show notes, and I will make sure that this is implemented in upcoming updates. So yes, we are going to slowly but steadily add new social network implementations. Heavy saying recommend using GTM. I agree. Our culture film is here, and they are asking, will you add reviews to our newspaper AMP theme? So culture film, I am happy to say that one of our team members just released newspaper theme update. So you will get this newspaper AMP theme update in about few minutes now, and it includes a lot of fixes. And we have also implemented a new feature. So if you are using a video featured image on the newspaper theme, you can implement the same on the AMP as well. About the reviews to the newspaper AMP theme, we have not thought about this implementation. Yes, will we add us? Obviously, we are here to serve you, but is this coming in a near future? I don't know. It depends on what users are requesting. So I would recommend you to send us an email on team@magazine3.com with some explanation of what kind of reviews you want. Send us your website URL and give us some more details on it. We will discuss it and we will implement it in our next update. Simple, right? So Nahala Hassan is here. Hi there. Thank you so much for joining. I understand that AMP is for documentaries. Would you recommend us amping the whole website or just blogs and pages with information only? AMP is not only for the news website. It is for any web page that is being served online. If your traffic is coming from Google, we would definitely recommend you to implement Google AMP. And it's not just for blogs and information websites. You can also implement it in the e-commerce websites. You can also use it in the listing websites, real estate websites, and all kind of websites. I hope that answers the question. Javi is saying yes. Yes. Andrew is asking, please type in the email in the comment box and let me send an email. Thank you so much for your. Sure, I will definitely team@com. I've just sent an email address on this in this chat room, and I'm sure you will be able to see it. And once you send us an email, I'll definitely get back to you. We have another question from Savio. Hi there, Savio. Thank you so much for joining us. And he's saying, I was wondering, is AMP really the future of mobile web or the future is uncertain? Very interesting question. The future is always uncertain, Savio, but AMP is just a shot at solving a problem. We don't know what's the future of mobile web. Nobody knows. Not even the Google, not even the Facebook. We are just trying to solve the problem. And everyone is waking up in the morning, the brightest minds, the sharpest minds, they are waking up in the morning and they are trying to solve a problem for people, and they are making it easy for other people. And some of these people have come up with a solution to make it easy for others to, speed up the whole web, speed up the whole. So to make this short, is AMP really the future of mobile web? Probably, we don't know if they get the implementation right. At the end, it's all about the implementation. Or the future is uncertain. Future is always changing. The changes, the only thing that is constant is change. We don't know. Javi is agreeing exactly. Then you have to go into the non-version. That's a statement, not a question. Agree, design there is lovely. The slider must be a resource hub. Javi, I agreed. Slider slider isn't really a resource hog, but I can see it can be a resource hog for some time. Jen Foland is here. Hi there, Jenny. Can you match the theme I currently use? So please let us know what theme are you using, and of course we can match it. Shakti is saying share counter from regular page and the share counter from AMP version of the same page. Thank you. Thank you, Shakti, for using the theme. We are extremely happy and proud to have you. Hypermax is here. Hi there, Hypermax. And Hypermax has a question. Can you optimize AMP for all-in-one SEO? Because there is only Yoast SEO option. Totally 100% agree that we must support with all-in-one SEO fully. In fact, we were just discussing about this with our team. And what I'll do is I'll definitely create a ticket right now. So there will be at least 5 to 6 tickets after this conversation that I'll be creating. So we will definitely create a all-in-one SEO integration in the future in at least 1 or 2 updates. So Nahala is saying, thank you so much. Please, your email on this chat room. Keep up the great work. Nahala, I have already added my email address. And Savio is saying, thank you so much. ORM3 is saying, support from Spain. Thank you so much. We couldn't have done it without you. Guys, I think it's almost time now. It's been like 1 hour now. And I think we should end this right now. because I have a bunch of tickets to create, and I think hundreds of other stuff to take care of. So we'll end it on this note, and I thank you so much for joining us on this chat today, and I'm always happy to interact you over the email and the video. Probably we will do this another meet next week, and I will see you next week for sure. So we have one more question. Jeannie Foland is asking, thank you for the answer, but can it automatically adjust the colors of any theme currently used on your AMP? Jeannie, it is impossible to get all the colors and the whole design automatically. To be honest, that's just not possible. But we do have 3 pre-built designs that you can use. You can customize. We have one premium design that you can use. We also have something called AMP theme framework, which allows you to make themes easily on top of AMP. So you can hire any front-end developer, get that theme done immediately, and that's one kind of a solution. You can customize it yourself. If you know CSS, you can use AMP theme framework, and you can easily get the theme. You can adjust colors of the theme with the help of options that we have in the backend. If you can explain this in details, that would really help me to understand. Harvey saying thank you. We love all your work and feel free to count on us. Thank you so much. That makes me so happy. And this chat, thank you for giving me your time and listening to me, pairing with me. And Karam Murad is saying thank you for your support. Thank you so much for watching. Hypermax is saying thank you, Ahmed. Thank you, Hypermax, for watching this. Solomon Mir is saying greetings from Stockholm. Great work on AMP. Thank you so much. It's not just me, but I must say thanks to the whole team who is dedicatedly working every day. And Jeannie is saying understood. You are the best. Thank you. No, guys, you are the best. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again on the next week. Keep on enjoying and keep sharing your amazing feedback. I'll see you next week on the same time on the same place. Bye. Let's end this.